Welcome to the third episode of the Certified Photographers Podcast. And today I have a super special guest that is killing it in a niche I didn't even know was possible to kill it in. And if you stay through this podcast, you are in for a treat. I want to introduce you guys to Kelly, which is amazing. She's such an amazing photographer. And Kelly, I feel like you could take the floor to introduce yourself from here because you could do it better than me.
All right. Well, hey, I'm Kelly Eskelsen, and I'm a midshipman and senior portrait photographer in Annapolis, Maryland. And if you don't know what a midshipman is, it is a student at the United States Naval Academy. So they're about to go through 4 years of college and training and become naval officers.
Yeah.
And I do basically most of my work is their senior pictures. I also follow them and document them through their plebe summer, which is their boot camp,
Yeah.
and lots of other events and stuff like that at the Naval Academy. So that's my main thing. That's my niche. That's the thing that everybody's like, oh, I love your niche. How did you do that?
Yes. I mean thank you for just asking the next question already. How did you get into being is it a Navy photographer or a midshipman photographer?
It's a midshipman photographer. I mean, I was in the Navy. So I'm a Navy veteran and we lived here in Annapolis. Um, and I knew the Naval Academy was there, but I was enlisted and I didn't have a lot of interaction with officers unless I got in trouble or something back in the day. And but I knew it was there and I had started taking pictures,
Yeah.
and I had a friend who worked over there and she was like, and I wasn't really super happy with the work I was doing.
Yeah.
Like, I loved being able to take pictures. I liked that it brought in a little bit of extra income, but whatever it was hadn't clicked yet.
Mhm.
And so she got me in, I think, for one little thing there. And I remember having a moment of like, this is it, because this is bringing my Navy roots, bringing my love for photography. I knew
Yes.
right away this was a space for me
Yes.
because who else but a veteran is going to be able to chase military people through all this? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
it was very specific and made for me. This is how God works. And that's just basically it just unrolled from there.
Yeah.
You know, I
Yeah.
mean, there was work, there was a lot of work involved, but having that epiphany of like, okay, this is going to be it was a really, really big deal because I was actually pretty anti-niche. Like,
Really?
yes, I thought it was going to be, isn't that crazy? And now I'm pretty much, I mean, I'm adding high school seniors little by little, but I'm pretty much a one thing photographer, which doesn't
Yeah.
happen that often. If
Yeah.
they do, it's usually seniors or maternity, but it's anyway. So yeah, that's how I got there and I love it.
So I'm curious to know, like, how does the midshipman business model work? Are you full time?
Yes, I'm full time.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you're telling me that you're full time
Mhm.
only shooting midshipmen.
Yes, I am. Do I have other little things that I do sometimes on the side? Yeah.
Yeah.
If it's like someone I know and love or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes you just do a thing.
Yeah.
But yes, I would say that 90% of my business at this point is midshipman.
Wow.
Mhm.
Wow. So, okay, my brain is going now. People, it's hard to get photographers to go from doing all portrait photography to
Mhm.
just maternity, newborn, family, any of the core 11 that I talk about. But you make it seem easy to not like maternity is kind of big, but
Yeah.
midshipmen, like
Yeah.
I didn't even know that was a niche to
Yeah.
even be conquered.
Neither
So
did
I,
I.
I think about,
And then I was here. Sorry, go ahead.
no, you good. That makes sense. Like, what gives you the confidence to go so small when everybody maybe around you goes so wide?
Mm. Well, it started with my website process. I was going to put everything, I was getting a new website. I was going to put everything on my website. And the lady, my designer, her name's Joanna Moss Creative.
Yeah.
She, we started going through the process and she like noticed it in me, I'm like, well, let's add the families. And I was like, she's like, okay, let's add the weddings. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't want to, and I'm like, okay, and just we sort of got down to brass tacks. I'm like, no, this is the work that I love. And she's
Mm,
like, then why are you putting the other stuff on there? Like,
mm.
why are you doing that? And um, we had gotten off talking and I really started thinking about it. And it was like, why am I putting my energy and my effort into so many different things
Oh man.
that aren't even for me when I could take that same amount of energy and
Yeah.
just direct it. So it's almost like irrigation or something. Like you have all these different waterways and possibilities that it could be, but
Yeah.
you close certain ones and you direct everything, and then that's the extra power, extra water. That crop gets watered.
Yeah.
And that's the one that grows, and that's the one that's the best. So
Yeah.
it's the same, it was the same concept. And I was like, and then she had talked to me about pricing and raising it and how, and I got lucky because not nobody else was doing what I was doing. They were doing
Yes.
senior portraits because it is a senior portrait for all intents and purposes. Most of what I do is a senior portrait.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know what? Yes, take everything off. I'm going to do
Wow.
it. And it
Wow.
was a leap of faith. It really was. I didn't know that it was going to work out. But what ended up happening is everything just, I can't even explain it. I don't even want to say doubled, like exponentially everything grew because yes, exponentially
Give me what you mean by everything. Give me
everything.
what are some
So,
everythings?
so here's what happened. So I put just them on my website. I left other things on my Instagram, but I mostly started just posting my midshipmen.
Okay.
And what that did was it made my onboarding was tailored for the moms. Everything I do is for the moms. And this is a
Mm,
perfect fit for me because I am her. Do you know what I mean? I've got kids the
mm.
same age as the midshipmen. I know what they like I know what they need. I know that
Yeah.
their house is starting to get empty and they want that print on the wall. I
Yeah.
know what they need when they're going through this program. And I know what it looks like when you have your kid in boot camp and you are scared and you just want a picture of them. I know these things.
Oh,
So
we.
my onboarding process became simple and tailored.
Mm.
Um, they now, they go to my website and immediately they see midshipmen everywhere,
Yes.
where other local photographers might have a couple blog posts here or there, but it's not their feature, it's not their feature.
Right.
Um, Everything became for them. I was answering their questions before they had them because I know these questions because now I've been doing this.
Yes.
Um, and it just means, have you seen the movie Taken?
I
It's
have.
like an old with Liam Neeson,
Yeah.
he's honed a particular set of skills. That's exactly what he did. Like
Yeah.
it's the same thing, like just doing the same thing day in and day out, and you know exactly how it goes. It's um my nail lady, she can do eyebrows too, but I don't do that. I go to the lady that does my eyebrows because that's what she does all day because then it's perfect, or
Yes.
like if I need surgery on my foot, I go to a podiatrist. I don't go to a cardiologist. Like this is what I do. And that's what
Yes.
they see. And that's my title. And I made up a title. I am a midshipman portrait specialist. Boom. And I just put it out there like that.
Wow.
because, and it made it easier for me and it made it easier for them. And I think because of that, there was just so much energy behind it.
Hmm.
And it just went, you know, and I feel like I mean, I am lucky because I'm a veteran, but actually being able to shoot on the Naval Academy is pretty difficult. You go through a really rigorous process to be allowed to do that. So,
Like on the base.
yes, to get on the
Oh.
base, to be able to operate a business there, you go through this whole, I mean, it is a big deal and you got to have all this special insurance and it's a lot on a business. So it's not like it was on accident. But also, I feel like there's something like this that exists for all photographers. And I have a theory
Uh-oh.
that those that are struggling,
Come
just a
on,
theory,
coach.
just a
Come
little
on,
theory.
coach.
Um, I feel that they already know what it is they want to do, that they could niche down on, but they're scared. So they're doing all the things because they're hearing, oh, the economy's bad, and oh, I'm a starving artist, and blah, blah, blah. No, put all that effort into the same. There's no starving artists.
That's
There's
not.
just artists that don't value themselves. You know what I'm
Ooh,
saying?
that's a bar.
There's Yes. So anyway, my whole point is that's my theory. Like, I think they already know, they already have a community that they're involved in. They already have work that when they do it, there's an extra spark. They
Yeah.
already know that when they go to do a certain type of work, it's not like they don't want to. It's
Yeah.
harder to put on their equipment that day, even if they raise the prices. For me, when I was working with families with little kids, and I
Mhm.
like raise my price to something that I'm like, well, no one's going to book at this. Like I can't even afford myself. And um but they did still, and then I still, even with the extra money, was like, oh, I don't want to, like I don't want to do this. Like
Yes.
I love kids in real life so much. I have 4 of them. I raised
Mhm.
4 kids.
Mhm.
I cannot work with other people's little kids. I do not find it fun. I really don't. I know that sounds like a bad person thing. I love them. They're at church. They give you hugs, all that. I don't want to do it on the pictures.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I mean, at least not posed, right? Like candid, sure.
Yeah.
But same thing with weddings. Like I just didn't, it's too much for me in the editing. I love being at the wedding. I love shooting the wedding,
Mhm.
but the onboarding and the planning and the all the post processing, it's too much for me. It sucks
Yes.
my soul out.
Yes.
So I know that's not for me. And I think that everybody out there has services that they're trying to provide because they think they need to provide everything to make money.
Yes.
They have the ones that are sucking their soul out, and they
Yes.
have the ones that are like ignite the spark. And that spark is given to you on purpose because
Yes.
that's what you're supposed to be doing.
Oh, she preaching today.
Always.
Oh, she
That's what I
preaching
do,
today.
you
So
know?
how do you feel like, because I hear the starving artists, I
Hmm.
hear the economy is bad. Another
Hmm.
one I hear is I'm a creative photographer. I don't want to just put myself in a box.
Oh, that was me. Oh, that was me.
So
100%.
how do you how do you coach somebody? Like if somebody's listening, most of my audience are going to be those photographers who have not chosen a niche yet.
Right.
So
Yes.
for the people that's listening, how would you tell them to go from doing everything to finding that one thing?
That when it comes to your business, your niche is what's going to bring your income in. When it comes to your soul and to your creative spirit, photography can still be a hobby on the side.
Yeah.
Your creative work can be a blog post. Your creative work is in your Instagram story. Your
Yeah.
creative work is on your personal page.
Yeah.
You still can do your creative work. I still photograph families that I know and love, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Um, and I still do weddings because with like second shooting and stuff because I have fun. I like to get on the dance floor, whatever, right?
Yeah.
But but it's not where the bread and butter comes from. And when it's time to sit down at my computer and do actual work, it's
Ooh,
midshipman. Do you see what I'm saying?
that's good.
But then, like, say, I think this was like a week ago, because portrait season for the seniors at the Naval Academy is done for the year, right?
Mhm.
So June for me is always so exciting, and I have so much planned. I did light tube painting, I did like some beauty shots for a friend. I
Yeah.
went to the peculiar event that they had last weekend and shot there.
Yeah.
I'm still doing creative things. I'll never not be a creative person.
Mm,
It's just that's not what I do for work. I don't have
yeah.
to have a package for everything I do. You know what I mean? Like I can just do my niche and
Yeah.
then also be like, well, this is really cool and it's a blog post and my cousins will like this, so I'm going to put it on Facebook. That's
Yeah.
and that's all it needs to be. It doesn't have to be hours of perfection and work. It can still be the thing that you love, if that makes sense.
That does make sense. That does
Yeah.
make sense. And I've never heard it like that. I've
Hmm.
always I advocate for niches. I mean, I feel like I have a unique one myself.
Yes,
Um,
I love how personal everything is. It's so good. So
Thank you so much. And
yeah.
when I think about this, I coach on this thing called the 4 levels of photography. And I feel like all photographers go through these 4 levels or will go through these 4 levels if they choose to.
Mhm.
The first level is going to be photographer. This is where you are the beginning stages. You shoot everything. I mean, kids, birthdays,
Mhm.
cars, pets, sports,
Yeah.
whatever. Um,
Every flower you see,
every flower
like,
you see, yes.
Yeah.
And for my type of people that I coach, portrait photographers, level 2 is where you choose a niche inside of a niche. So,
Mhm.
or a niche inside of a general profession. The general profession is photography. You
Mhm.
choose the specialty of portrait photography. Let's call it portrait photography. So that's when I was doing birthday. I already said the saying the birthday, booty, graduation. I was
Yes.
doing all type of stuff,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
But level 3 is where you choose a specialty inside of portrait photography.
Mhm.
So chose maternity. But level 4 is for me where I feel like you really crack the code where you have a specialty plus a target
Inside of it.
audience. And
Mhm.
that is when you have a niche because technically by definition, a niche is a specialty plus a target audience.
Yes.
So
Yes.
me photographing married expecting parents
Mhm.
is my lane. And I'm trying to get even deeper. Like I want to focus on
Yes.
married expecting parents who have gone through a pregnancy complication. That's like going deeper
Oh,
and deeper and deeper.
the rainbow one you did with the
Yes.
oh, so good. So good.
Yes. Thank
I don't
you.
know if anybody's listening to this, but they got to go back and watch that one because that one made me cry. I'm not gonna lie. It's so good.
Yes. And what's crazy is that the more I niche down through those 4 levels and I'm trying to crack a fifth one somehow,
Mhm.
the better my skills got, the
Yes.
more credible I was, the
Yes.
more money I made.
Yes. It's true. And people, there is less hesitation as I get like I've got it. I've got it down to a T. I know exactly what light looks like at the
Mhm.
Naval Academy, on what building, at what time, and what's going to bloom when we're going to do it, and what exactly they want, and how they
Yeah.
can stand in uniform, and what their uniform is supposed to look like. I know
Oh, you
these
got all
things
of
like
it.
nobody else. Yes, like nobody else knows it. And then it's like you said, I'm even trying to push a little bit further because now I'm like, okay, but we do these at sunset on the water too.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
nobody else, because once I started doing this, lots of other people, now they come on in and they're going to do what I do. And that's fine. I love it. The
Mhm.
more the merrier. Bring it on. I can't take 1,000 people's pictures every year.
Abundance.
Yeah,
Abundance.
you know what I'm saying? I'll share the
Yes.
wealth. Fine with me.
Yes.
Also, I want to do this at sunrise, mostly because I know people are afraid to use their light. So I'll be the only one doing it. And I love doing it. I love being out early in the morning. And
Yeah.
but yeah, you crack the code and I did. I got better at it. I got more efficient at it. And the more that I did that, the less people they don't even question the price. They don't
Mm.
even, they're like, I want her to do this and I want it
Yes.
done in her way. And so they just go, like, this is it. So, where in the beginning I felt that I had to justify my price or that, some people
Man.
wanted to haggle or question it, that really goes away because it's like, oh, well, she is clearly the expert in the thing that she does.
Yes.
Like, I mean, I didn't ask when the guys came and built my deck. I didn't like ask them for a breakdown, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't try to suggest what they do. Like I was just like, they know how to build a deck and I don't. And I'm going
Yes.
to give them whatever money it takes to do
Yes.
that. And I feel like that's how people are with me now that I've been niche down. I think it's been about 4 years. Well, since I just like pretty much did only that.
Yeah.
Maybe 4 or 5 years. Yeah.
Yeah. And
And yes, I'm
that's
adding high school seniors now, but it's
mm,
similar services, I feel. So,
yeah.
anyway, I'm so sorry. Go ahead.
No, you good. I like your energy and I like that you can talk. That's good.
Thanks. It's
Because I
getting
don't
me to
want to be the only
stop that's
one
the
talking.
issue.
Um, uh, I think about that. The more problems you solve, the more money you make.
Yes, because I just did yesterday. I spent my whole day working on a whole new facts, like a frequently asked questions page
Hmm. Hmm.
that's specific to when they should schedule, right?
Hmm.
And I mean, I think I had 13 questions and a ton of information because that's a really hard thing because I'm usually coordinating with the mom, but they're having a schedule for their midshipman, and their midshipman has sports and military requirements and school requirements and all this kind of stuff. And they always come at me with all these questions. And I have this now ready before they can even ask the question. And it's because of the experience that I have. They already know it. And
Yeah.
that is a benefit of working with me. Like I
Yeah.
already know that. We're not going to have to.
Expertise.
Yes, exactly. So
Yeah. Your
for sure.
expertise. So,
Hmm.
okay, walk me through the booking process of this. Just give me like from never heard of you all the way to products delivered.
Okay. So, I get a client comes in. I just go, I'm pretty simple. I go straight through my contact form from my website. I'm a HoneyBook user. They go through, I have an automation set.
Yeah.
What they get is a little email from me. It is personalized. It has my brand voice. I do everything myself. I've never used a copywriter. It sounds just like me talking right now.
Okay.
And then they have a smart file. I have my smart file do everything for me. And I have videos included with my face because as things got bigger, I didn't want to lose the close personal relationships I had been developing with
Man,
everyone.
talk
I
to me.
knew these people. I knew them. I knew them. I knew their families. I still keep in touch with them. There's some of them been graduated 5 years. They're off in the Navy doing something else. They're flying airplanes and whatever else, right?
Wow.
I still keep in touch with them because I care.
Yeah.
And as it started to grow, I was losing a little bit of that and I didn't want that. So I go through, there's videos of me, I'm talking them through this process page by page um on my smart file.
Hold on. Pause. Because you
Yes.
can't just leave that gem out.
Okay.
Personalization. Tell me how, because I do that too. When
Hmm.
you submit an inquiry,
Hmm.
it's a video of me on my thank you page telling you the next
Hmm.
steps and to connect with me.
Yes.
But let me just get a free coaching session real quick. Where are your videos plugged at? um,
So I just put them on YouTube and then I make it a private video so that I
uh,
can upload it, and then it's only exists within the smart file that's applicable to what you're booking, right?
Give me an example.
So so for example, like a midshipman smart file, I have the welcome page, and then it's me. Hey, I'm Kelly, blah, blah, blah. This says that it's a smart file. What's a smart file? And then I tell
Yeah.
you what a smart file is, just so you get to know me, really,
Yeah.
and then we go to the next page and it's describing my services. So I talk to you about what's the difference between a full and a mini. I talk to you about my different add-ons, you
Mm.
know, um, and then we go further in. What do you expect when you're booking a midshipman? And I start with everyone's main concern because these people, these midshipmen are, 22, 23 years old. They do not want to have their picture taken. They don't want to come out there and do senior pictures. They're doing it for their moms,
Yeah.
whatever,
Yeah.
and their schedules are complicated, and they're embarrassed to be taking pictures in front of their friends,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like if you go up into a college dorm and just start doing professional pictures of someone, they're like, you know what I'm saying? That's basically what it is.
Yeah.
And so they feel weird sometimes. I mean, some of them are really into it, but 90% of the time they're like, oh, I don't want to do this,
Yeah. Yeah.
And so right away I start talking to the parents about dealing with that, like that I understand your midshipman doesn't want to do this.
That's
They have a
clutch.
complicated schedule. Let's talk about how you can deal with that and how I can help you deal with that and how I put them at ease when we get to the session. And I say this honestly to them. Um, I asked them at the end of every session, was it as painful as you thought it was going to be? No, this was so fun. And
Mm.
like their moms tell me on
Mm.
the email afterwards, because I send an email right after we talk, or I text the mom. Oh, they said they had such a great experience. They had so much fun. They said you told them a sea story about this or that when you were in the Navy, or they said that blah blah blah.
Ooh,
They
relatability.
Yes. So
Mm.
all the way around, everybody's getting slices of me, and I'm making sure that I'm taking in who they are as well. Does that make sense? Because even though it's big, I don't want to be lost. I don't want them to feel lost. Every person needs to leave me feeling very special. Like I've given them something that I don't give the rest of my clients, you know?
Okay. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that in there.
Yes,
Okay. Okay.
of course.
So let's say they decide to book.
Mhm.
Break down the packages. Let's get in your business a little bit more.
I keep my midshipman packages super, super simple.
Okay.
So I have really three options. And three options. This is the first year I've had three options. I used to have two options
Hmm.
because I didn't want to mess around with minis. I just didn't want to mess around with it.
Man,
But
that's a
you
whole
know,
nother conversation.
that is like we could talk for an hour about minis. Okay. But I went ahead and did it just because it's a price point that I know some people, because it's a military academy and some people go there because it's free education and
Hmm.
not everybody is in the same economic boat, but I do believe in documentation. Um, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let
No,
me go
you
back.
good. Finish that
So
thought.
I have the main, I will, it'll be finished as I go along here. So the main thing that I sell is just a full session and it's just 1 hour and we
Hmm.
visit multiple iconic locations on the yard. They get, 30 professionally edited images in an online protected gallery. They have options for add-ons. And
Yeah.
then I don't have the option for in-person sales because my clients leave and their parents are somewhere else. So I do my version of it, which
Hmm.
is once they've booked, they get an email about, hey, look at my shop when you get your thing. It has, I really go for the grad invitations because that's what they're going to need the most, invitations and announcements. And look at the books, and you have three book options. So they get that. And then they
Yeah.
get it again when I do a sneak peek even for an hour session. I know it's silly, but it gives me another opportunity to send, hey, look at your shop. It's this, and this is how you download stuff.
Hmm.
And another opportunity for a video to put my face with them.
Tell
You know what
people
I'm
what a
saying?
shop is really quick. That
Oh,
don't know.
okay. So I'm a Pixie Set user. So at the top, I have a shop. I highlight my announcements and invitations. The announcements and invitations is the reason I'm still a Pixie Set user, because all of the other platforms for delivering galleries, they do not have a robust option for these. And these are my number one seller because these people are trying to invite people to graduation parties, announce graduations. And so
Yeah.
I really need that.
Yeah.
It also has a very user-friendly Shutterfly-esque book builder.
Hmm.
And since I know most people that, they use Shutterfly, they just do, we won't talk about that. They just use it. Um, they use it, and so they're familiar with the builder. So one of the options is for them to build their own book in there.
Wow.
So yeah, so that's where that's my store, and that's what I start directing them towards. They don't have to worry about figuring out what frame size and matting. They can do that all in their shop. So, and then, Pixie Set just allows you to do a markup. So that's how I do that. But then I also have luxury album sales this is going to be my first year doing it. I'm going to market it differently next year, and I'm going to add it as part of my time capsule package, which I'll talk about later. But these are through Dreambooks Pro, and oh my God, they're so pretty. They're so pretty. And they have that 800 paper and that matte finish with those
Yeah.
deep, rich colors. And
Yeah.
I just know, like, I'm ready to start telling the mamas about them because I believe in these books so much that I know the moms will too.
Yeah.
So anyways, so that's my number one package, is that 1 hour session. And it's just, there's like locations that are really significant at the Naval Academy.
Hmm.
It's just important that they have a picture in front of. And so we go and we do all those. Then they get those. And then I do now have a mini session option, but I've
Hmm.
done them at sunrise and sunset. That's when I have
Hmm.
them available. And then
Hmm.
there's like 1 week every year where there's like these huge tulips and they're right in front of this big gold dome
Yeah.
at the
Yeah.
chapel. And so I did put more mini sessions in that time of year, but they are limited. And then that's just 20 minutes, 8 to 10 images, access to the store. They have add-on options, and same thing with the in-person, out-person sales, which is something unique I deal with, I think. Whew, it's hard not to be able to do in-person sales.
Yeah.
Because it basically just feels like all email marketing. And if you don't develop that relationship, you're just another email on there and they don't want to do that. So,
Yeah.
um, and then I have a time capsule option, which is meant to go through the years with them. So they would have as their plebe year when they first get done with like their boot camp,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
do a session then, and then we do a session every year of their school at places and in uniforms that are significant to that year, because every year at the Naval Academy
Wow.
has like a significant event, right? So we do that. And then they also they're guaranteed 5 sessions. So they
Mhm.
get one for every year, and then they get a family session at graduation.
That is
It's a grow with me package,
that
but
is
not.
you just gave me so much confidence right there.
Yeah. Yay. I'm glad.
Because I've been trying to create a legacy package,
Mhm.
maternity, newborn, half 6 months, 1 year, family session, legacy
Do it.
package.
Do it.
But it's not gonna be cheap.
No, it shouldn't be. You're helping them develop a legacy, because at the end of that time capsule package is the best book. And it's like me creating the book. It's not them putting it together in their thing. It's me making one of these Dream Books albums for them that has every year. And I plan it out. I have an ideal time capsule package. So we get all the different uniforms they wear, all the different times a year, all the iconic locations, and then their family at commissioning. And I put it in that book. And I like, my goal is to make mom cry. Like, that is my goal, You can do it. And the coordination is difficult. And I do leave
Yeah,
some room because, you have to, because not everybody makes it all the way through, and
yeah,
a whole lot of things that can happen. But the people that have made it all the way through, it's really worth it.
yeah.
They leave as my family. Do you know what I
Hmm.
mean?
Hmm.
Those are the people that I still stay in touch with, that I know about their kids, that when they see me, they're like, Miss Kelly on the yard,
Yeah,
the whole 4 years that they're there. Because after the first time they work with me,
it's
they're like,
over.
yeah, they're
It's
not
over.
scared anymore. They're not anti-pictures. They're excited. They're
Yeah,
excited to see me, and so anyway, so that it's a really, you talk about, it's not just the money, having known people through that important phase of their life and help them
yes.
document it, that will fill your soul up. That's why I think we all became photographers,
Mm,
because photographer, yes, it's art, but it's documentation, especially for portraits.
yes,
It Portraits in the beginning were to say, hey, I was here, I looked like this, I was important. And when they became more readily available because of photographs, more people could say that,
yes,
this is your legacy, and you're putting it together for them. That's how, there's nothing more important than those years when, you're pregnant, you have your baby,
yes,
baby is little now and it sits and now it's walking, and you have a gorgeous book, that
yes,
Jaylin put together for me, and they remember you being there, and now you've held their baby,
yes.
you've touched mama's belly, you've held the baby,
Mm,
that's you,
mm,
you've given them a gift, you know.
mm. So,
So
do you
it's
think I should look at me tapping into the coaching session
do
again?
it, do it, do
Do
it.
you think I should? Okay. Should I create one big album, or should I give individual albums per thing, or should I do both?
I mean, you can offer both. For me, it felt like extra work to do I know that sounds so bad, but it really did. But then, like, again, this maybe is selfish, but for me to have it all come together at the end. Do you know what
Okay.
I'm saying? They can do an add-on, throughout the years if they want, and I'll put together an album for them, no problem.
Yeah.
But having that one book with all 4 years for me, it's a big deal. I've just
Okay.
put their whole journey together,
Yeah.
you know, in a
Yeah.
way that they haven't seen it yet. They haven't even seen it like this yet. They might have
Mhm.
scrolled their phones, they might have scrolled through Facebook, like maybe they get the 1 year ago today, blah, blah, blah. But they haven't held this tangible thing in their laps. You know how you get an album, you put it in your lap, all of a sudden your whole family, everybody's around you, everybody's
Around
touching
you.
it, everybody's looking, like that is magic. That's pure magic. And I've given them that. So
Yes.
I like the all 4 years
Yeah.
personally. And then
Okay.
just offer the other one as like because they have, I mean, I don't know what album service you use, but a lot of them have like not a mini, but like what do they call them?
Some like companion
It's
albums.
like a more simple, yeah, like a companion album, like one of the smaller ones. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking about doing that. I probably could do if somebody gets the big boy, I could
Hmm.
just put everything all in one.
Hmm.
Um, okay. Yeah, I like this. This is why community is so important because I
Isn't
be
it?
in my box in my city. Nobody is doing what I'm doing here. And it's like,
Hmm.
who do you talk to? But
Yeah,
when
you
you talk to
don't.
people who think I'm charging my price and I'm making some extra money,
Hmm.
it helps you out. So,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to know. I know they do. That's listening to this. Give us the prices of
I
each
can't.
individual
Oh,
session.
wow. You're gonna
You
make
can't leave them out like
right.
that. Like you can't leave them out like that.
I know, I know. Okay, so I'm just about to bring them up. So
Okay.
my full session, I want to put at 750 this year. My mini session, I want to put at 525.
Okay.
Um, and then it depends on what they do for their thing because I do let them pay per year.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, now I had my math out here, but then I cleaned my desk before we got on here. But basically, when I do the package, I'd have to math it out. It's it's the 750 you would pay for a regular session. They get a 10% discount, but then the album is thrown on there.
Yeah.
So basically it's like 750 times 5. Um, so whatever that is.
That is 3750.
Yeah, something like that. That's probably coming up a lot, just so you know, like soon, especially because I'm adding the albums. I'm just doing more with those
Yeah.
now. So they
Yeah.
had been like that because I was trying to even get everybody through it because I really just started niching down on this like 5 years ago. So I just
Hmm.
now got my first little crew of people through it from when I
Hmm.
first had that brainchild of let's do a grow with me, but not
Yeah.
but not a
Yeah.
grow with me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's
Okay.
but it's
Okay.
probably going to go up. Like cuz I feel like once people start getting their albums and the moms start sharing their experience on Facebook and it'll probably be, it's
It's gonna go up.
slower. It's slower than, the full sessions, it grew quick because it happens quick, but
Hmm.
it's a slower growth because it's a larger long-term project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Mhm.
So your biggest month has been how much do you feel like? It's been like your
Uh,
biggest month.
I don't know. April's always my biggest month. I don't know per month, but I know that my busy season this year ran from mid-March to the end of May.
Hmm.
And I think I did 105 full sessions for firsties. I know it's a lot. Like that's the thing. It's a lot, you know,
Wow.
but that's seasonal. You know what I'm saying? It's seasonal. The rest of the year will be not as much.
Hmm.
We'll put it that
Hmm.
way. Like
Okay.
by the
Okay.
time we get to Christmas, I'll be like, I'll eat ramen. I'm gonna eat
Yeah.
ramen.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But I'll be doing more album sales is what I'll be doing.
Yeah.
Stuff
Yeah.
like that. Second shooting just for fun and events and whatnot. Um, but yeah, that was the firsties. And then I had others in there. I don't know the numbers, but I did underclassmen.
Mm.
I held two sets of mini sessions. I did some larger groups that were bigger chunks,
Hmm.
because it was like 5 people at once or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, so it's somewhere in there.
Yeah.
Somewhere.
I
Yes.
got you. Did we finish the
Yeah.
booking process?
Say what?
Did we finish your booking process?
I don't know. I forgot where I left off.
I think you did finish it. I think you
Did
did.
I? I
You
think
went
I
through the whole
probably
flow.
did because they in HoneyBook it's a smart file, so they choose their own services, they choose their own add-ons, they schedule right there from Honey. This is my
Mm.
HoneyBook plug. I need HoneyBook. This is my plug, and you can pay me if you want. But I love it because I designed one smart file that does it all. I don't have to send multiple things. They get the information, they book it, they pay their like they choose their date, they pay their and everything. And then I have automations that go out 3 days, once they pay, they get an email. 3 days after, they get an email. 10 days before their sessions, they get an email. Like it's just, it's just simple. Like it was, an effort to put it together and learn how to make a smart file, but
Yeah.
and I'm always kind of redoing it. I'm like that. I'm always redoing stuff, but it's easy. Keeps
Yeah.
it simple.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So where do you kind of see yourself? Mm, I think this is a good way to. Okay. Where do you see yourself? I want to start doing this thing at the end of the interviews, not interview people.
Mhm.
And I want it to be like me asking you, where do you see yourself in the next year, 5 years, so that when we're able to go back, when that comes, we able to go back and look
Mhm.
at this interview and talk about it. So in the next
Yes.
1 to 5 years,
Mhm.
where do you see your business at?
Um, I want to continue to foster the relationships I've built at the Naval Academy and continue to expound on those packages.
Yeah.
Um, and I'm working on adding right now luxury senior portraits for local high school seniors as well to
Mm-hmm.
fill up some summer and fall
Mm-hmm.
with different packaging, similar but different.
Yeah.
Um, and this is, hair and makeup and styling and
Oh, you
shooting
going
and
all the way.
yes, because
Okay.
I'm a girly girl and I'm doing all military stuff, which I love because that's a part of me too. But
Yeah.
I want to play. I want a client closet and I want hair and I want it all. I want to go glam. So anyways, so I want to offer the luxury senior portraits,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm also beginning to feel an energy behind sharing what I've learned.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever that looks like, if it's speaking at conferences, if it's podcasts, if I need to put a course together, I
Yeah.
feel the beginning of something
Yeah.
God's working.
Yeah.
And I'm not clear what it is yet. I
Yeah.
just know that I feel that energy
Yeah.
happening. So
Oh.
yeah,
So
yeah. So speaking, seniors, and just even better at what I'm already doing.
okay. And better of what you're already doing with the midshipmen.
Yes.
Let me do a pop quiz question.
Okay.
What would a $5,000 midshipman package look like for you?
For me,
Yeah.
oh, I would love
Uh-oh.
to. I would love, first of all, I would definitely spend more time in the products when I talk about packaging, because to
Mhm.
me, when you say package, it's not obviously just you just had your interview with Ambreia. So, like
Yeah.
it's not just left on a computer somewhere. It's, it's a longer connection with the people and it ends with a physical product.
Big bang.
So if I had it my way, I would be able to do fewer midshipman portraits
Mhm.
and I would take more time than an hour on the ones that I am doing so
Mhm.
that each one and each location is crispy, clean,
Yeah.
perfect. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that anything I'm delivering is bad at this point. I'm just
Uh-oh.
saying, you deliver 30 images. You
Yeah.
deliver 30 images. I have they say if you're a photographer and you like 10% of your work, you're doing good, right?
Mhm.
So out of my 30 images, I get what I would use in my portfolio,
Mhm.
5.
Mhm.
But I want them all like that.
Fire.
For a $5,000 client, they're getting all those fire images. Do you
Yes.
know? And I know
Yes.
that they think they are, but I'm talking about even from a photographer's
Photographers.
perspective.
Yeah.
Yes. Because you have work that is good and they definitely deserve to have it,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
That's true.
what you would show another photographer too,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, so I would offer them that, um, for the females, I would love to do like add-ons. I had one girl who also wanted to be in a dress, and the Navy has several different uniforms. And because it's only an hour, they often have to choose like, okay, I'm going to do it in my choker whites because this is the uniform that I graduate in.
Mhm.
$5,000 package. I would love to. No, we're going to put on your blues. We're going to put on your whites. We're going to
Mhm.
put on your football uniform, and we're going to do this like for real,
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
five
like
thousand dollar package. So y'all hear this, right? She's gonna have a $5,000 offer that she's about to
yes,
put out in the marketplace and do 10 of them, 20 of them
yes.
in the season and call it a day. It's
That's
over
what
with.
yes, that is. I usually avoid discussing money because I love connection more so, and I just trust that God's going to give. If I just continue to foster connections, He's going to give to me. But I do know I have to be smart too, and I do know that 105 sessions that I did this year almost broke me. I mean, it hurt, and it hurt my husband is like, going grocery shopping and doing the cooking and trying to
Oh
support
man.
me, and you know what I'm saying? Like we need a break. And I'm
Uh-oh.
42. Like I'm 42 and I'm not trying
42.
to yes, I'm not trying to break my body on that level.
I would have gave you
And
like 36, 35.
really,
Yeah.
thank you. Thank you. Mhm. It's the cream.
Wow.
Sunscreen. No, I'm just kidding.
Do you do you know
Yeah.
how old I am?
Oh, hold on. Let me look at you. 23, 24.
22.
Are you? Okay, I
Yes.
almost guessed right on. So that really amazes me for several reasons.
Uh-oh. That good or
First of
bad?
all good, because
Okay.
number one, just the way you articulate yourself. Oh, so good. The energy that you put out there is wise. It's kind and it's fun and young energy, but it's also wise energy.
Okay.
And just the way you're looking at a business being this young, oh, you're going places. And then you're so enterprising. Like I was going through your stuff and I'm like, he's literally doing everything. He's
Yes.
doing everything and he's
Yes.
going to find his way. The ones that stick, right? That's why we do everything because something's going to
Yes.
stick and it's
Something
going to
gonna
be
stick.
good.
Something
Yes.
gonna stick.
It's going to stick and it's going to stick good. Yes, it is. So that's why I guess I thought you were older because I was going to say younger, but then I'm like, no, because I started thinking about the website and how much stuff you're doing and even just the way you're understanding a family and a maternity client
Mhm.
and you know what I'm saying for a young man it's not you would think
Mhm.
there was more experience involved there so yeah it's amazing.
Wow. Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
of
I
course.
appreciate you. And
Yeah,
I just
I
want to
appreciate it too.
continue to build this relationship. This was good.
For sure.
And I'm looking forward to now just saying, hey, have you started writing down that $5,000 offer yet? Have you put it out there yet?
I really, I know that I need to. I don't need to be doing 105 sessions, and nobody
Man.
need to be doing 105 sessions. Like I know better, but there I went.
Well, look, close us out with some words of wisdom to the portrait photographers who are watching this right now.
What I have to say is that trust your gut instinct because that is your niche. Put the energy there and put the soul and the fun in other places. Because if you want to make this work as a sustainable business, you're going to need an exact market and you're going to need a specific set of skills like Liam Neeson.
Hmm.
So, really, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to say no to the other work
Hmm.
and wait for the client, the exact right client for the work you actually want to do. Um, it's it's going to pay off. When you do the work, it's going to pay off regardless. So
Yes.
don't be scared. Just do it. You already know what you want to do. You do. Just trust it and then go for it.
Well, thank you so much, Kelly.
Yes.
I enjoyed this and
Me
I look
too.
forward to us continuing the conversation, bouncing ideas off each other and just growing.
Me
And
too.
where can they find you at too? I don't
Um,
leave that out.
Yes. Well, I am on Instagram. I'm Kelly Eskelsen Photography. Good luck spelling that, but I am the only one. And my website is also kellyeskelsenphotography.com. But the quickest way to find me is actually to Google Naval Academy photographer, and I will pop up all over the place. So
Stop playing.
works. Look at me. Look at me. I bet you it's me.
Well, hold on, hold on. Okay. Hold on. If you pop up, I'm going to definitely
Watch it not pop up now, and then I'll just cry.
naval.
I mean, did I clear when I did my own search? Did I? Naval Academy photographers, Annapolis or something like that. Those are my
Okay.
keywords.
How
Yeah.
does it how you spell that?
Annapolis, Annapoulis.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-oh. Let's see. Guess who the
It's
first
got to be
person that came up?
Heather Crowder, maybe? Or is it
No.
me? Who?
Kelly.
Yes.
Wow.
Hey,
Yeah.
PS, little plug for SEO. Do your SEO.
Wow. Kelly, then it's Heather, and then it's
Yep, Heather's
David,
great too.
Sheila.
Mm-hmm.
You come up
Yep.
twice.
Good.
Wow.
I didn't know that. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna plug all this in the show notes at the bottom of the video. And
Thank you.
I just appreciate you for coming. This is amazing. Like for
It
you to
was
pop up,
amazing.
they make me I don't want to continue this episode, but I just picked my battle and I'm like, I'm about to just dominate on Instagram and my leads come from Instagram and I
Do
just
it.
haven't dove into the SEO. It's like I know I need to. It's one of them things you have to get into it one day. Um,
Yes, you do. But you know what, too? If you're doing okay without it, like I'm weird like that. Like it worked for me, but somebody else helped me set it up. And if you're doing good with what you're doing, do it. That's what I'm saying.
that's the words of wisdom that she just gave you right there. If you're doing good with what you're doing, when you pick your niche,
Mhm.
then just do it.
Yes. Yes, exactly. Hmm.
All right, let me stop recording this. Let me
All
stop
right.
it.